What's up, guys? This week's Finders, Keepers, Losers, Weepers is brought to you by Pepto Bismol. I was throwing up all last night, so I'm staying home today. But it gives me time to catch up on Netflix and the league, and then um, this video. And I was gonna think about doing another video about playoffs, but I feel like I'm already doing a lot, so maybe somebody else could jump on that. If you want to, I can send you like some information that I have just about like teams' schedules in our fantasy playoffs and stuff like that. Like, obviously, I think Indy has like a really great schedule, and that's kind of the reason I'm really holding on to Luck, because like his last 4 games, he's gonna be like throwing it 30 times. But stuff like that you can look at. So this week's finder is going to be Malik Jackson, the defensive end out of Denver. Cam picked him up. He scored 14 points. He had 5 tackles, 2 stuffs, and 3 passes defended. I picked up a cornerback or something, safety. It was Ward this week too, and he also got me double-digit points. I don't know how long I'm going to keep doing the finder just because we're out of bye weeks and stuff. But for the most part, if you guys need defensive players, just pick whoever Bronco player is up because they're doing really well this year. My keeper this week is Ryan Matthews. I think his situation and DeMarco Murray's is sort of like Cincinnati's, but multiplied because they're both really good. But I think Ryan Matthews is a better fit in that system, and I'm sure that's been said before on like Sports Center and stuff. But right now, Ryan Matthews has 5 games of double-digit points. He's got 10 points 1 week, 12 points, 17 points, 19 points, and 20 points. And he's like a flex kind of guy in our league. You start him every week because you never know what's going to happen. But he's been really productive about every other week or so. He does have 2 games of 0 points where I think they just focused on DeMarco Murray. So he's a little bit of hit or miss, but when he hits good. So your other leagues, if they're keeper leagues, or I hope you're not in another league as deep as this one, but Ryan Matthews is a pretty solid guy to hold on to. Probably ends up being like a low RB3, high RB2, or high RB3, low RB2, just depending on what week he goes off and doesn't. This week's loser and Weeper are going to be paired together because it's Doug Martin for Dakota. Doug Martin had 11 rushes for 31 yards and a fumble. I think that fumble took him out of the game. But I was kind of skeptical of Doug Martin. I know once he had that giant game, Cody and I were talking about him, and I still don't believe in him. But his 3 games that he did have points, he had crazy points. It was 24, then 37, then 20 points. But he's had like his all other games were less than 8 points apiece. So like I think Dakota drafted him later. Like he wasn't like one of his first 2 or 3 running backs. But that production is really kind of poor, especially when like I just picked up Jeremy Langford off buys from an injury. He got D'Angelo Williams off of waivers, I think, or maybe he drafted him. But he's putting up way more points than that. So it's a little rough, and I think Doug Martin kind of fell back down to earth. I know he did fumble and didn't put him back in the game for a while, but I think that game was set up for the run, and all of Tampa Bay just couldn't get it going. And like I said, the Weeper's going to be Dakota. He played against Nico, and Nico didn't play like 5 spots. I think if you go back and check, he's got 5 spots that are just empty, and then 2 or 3 guys scored 0 points. I think his punter isn't a real punter. I think it's like a backup or something. But these are the guys that put up double-digit points for him. I put down QBs. I think it was Drew Brees, and then Andy Dalton, and then D'Angelo Williams. They all put up, I think, 60 points between them, something around there. But then A.J. Green, Doug Martin, Stephon Diggs, Eddie Lacy, Charles Sims, Travis Benjamin, they all got single digits, and it was just a really rough week for Dakota. I don't know going into playoffs how close you are to getting in there. I think I might barely make it, and I'm 2 wins ahead of you, maybe 1 win. I don't remember. But it just kind of sucks because you got so much talent, and a lot of it came from the waiver wire. But it was just a bad week for you, and you really needed that win. So, but that's this week's Finders, Keepers, Losers, Weepers. You guys enjoy your day. I'm really excited for those Temptation songs, Johnny. So hopefully you have your video up this week. And yeah, if anybody wants to do a playoffs video, just talk to me and I can send you some info that I've got. Bye, guys.